Hi everyone, I'm Emyr, the Artistic Director of the National Opera Studio, and I just want to warmly welcome David Butt Phillip back to the studio. He was a young artist here in 2011 and 12, and I believe during a pivotal point of his development as he transitioned from baritone to tenor, like other people in the studio. And of course, it goes without saying that he seems to have made the most of the opportunities here in the studio, and is in the middle of a remarkable career, singing all the roles that I would call the impossible tenor role, Bacchus and Lohengrin, and currently, not right now at this moment obviously, but in Dresden singing Florestan and Fidelio, and I'm so thrilled that you're here, and it's been fun watching you with the young artists, and have a great class.
Hello everyone, I am going to sing Yennik's aria from The Bartered Bride by Bedřich Smetana. Yes, so he's Quetzal the Barterer has come in and told him you really need to sell off Marchenko, his love of his life, because her parents don't want her to marry him because they don't know anything about him and his background. But actually, they don't know, but when he signed the contract, he's actually sold her to himself. So, yeah. And in this aria, he's saying, "How could you ever think that I'd sell my Marchenko?" So, yeah.
Smutnie nastąpisz, zmateczni cestu.
So, as I said, I'm not going to lecture you on Czech pronunciation because I would despite working quite a lot in Czech, I would feel like a bit of a fraud because I don't speak it. So we'll talk mainly about the singing stuff. And I can hear a lot of stuff in your voice that reminds me of when I was at a similar sort of stage. And we've been talking about this a lot in the individual sessions, like a lot of the positions that you find in the high part and through the passaggio in the voice are great, but it's often, particularly when you're doing something like changing fa, of course, it's about trying to keep the whole voice unified and trying to keep the sound quality consistent from the bottom to the top of the voice. It's a huge thing that we don't necessarily always think about as singers. That makes a massive difference to an audience, particularly to a knowledgeable audience like an audition panel. Like one of the first things they're looking for, even though they might not necessarily be people who are experts in vocal technique, one of the first things they're looking for that they know as soon as they hear is a voice that sounds consistent all the way through the registers. If they hear like a big top and a weak low register or vice versa, it starts to make them sort of uncertain about your level of technical proficiency. Like, maybe this is a risk because maybe they don't really know what they're doing. And obviously we want to project confidence and consistency at all times. And it's actually great. The vast majority of it is fantastic in terms of the positions. There's just a few notes when you're on the way up through the passaggio and back down again, where suddenly I just lose a tiny bit of the ring of the squillo in the sound, and you just give yourself away a little bit. Most of the time it's great. It's not a very high aria, and when you do have A's, they're mostly on quite friendly vowels, and it never goes above an A anyway. So it's just about keeping them all matched up. Without taking away from the expressive contrast that you've got in the text, obviously. Okay, so let's go back and do the first couple of phrases.
Is that the aria or the rest of it?
No, let's do the rest of it.
Yeah, fine.
Smutnie nastąpisz, spateczni cestu.
Okay, so like we talked about yesterday, put a little bit more variation in the rhythm of the text. Particularly as we talked about here. Spateczni cestu. Spateczni cestu. Like don't sing it da 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 da. Because I don't really understand what you're saying in that case. And you can maybe do a tiny bit more dynamic variation. So if this was great, do this strong, then take it right back is what I would do. Try it like that. Now different colour. Nice. Okay.
Jak można wierzyć, żebych ja prodal swoim marzenku.
Okay, now let's try and find on the first one particularly, because it's an open vowel, it's harder. Jak. Try and find that slightly more baritone quality in the chest voice. Yak. So that it sounds a little bit precious. Yak. Like you're being careful with the onset. I want to feel a more generous warmth in the onset. Jak można wierzyć. So that then it's easier to keep the sound consistent. Just irrespective of what the vowel is. And they're almost all open vowels anyway. Jak można wierzyć. Then it's closed. Do those 5 E's all together.
Jak można wierzyć.
I still feel a little bit like your toothpaste singing.
Absolutely.
Like we talked about yesterday. It's a bit. I want to hear. So do it without the vowels, like we did yesterday. Okay. Now put the Now put the consonants in.
Yeah.
Jak można wierzyć, żeby ja prodal swoim marzenku?
Okay, that's better. Now it's more consistent
Yeah.
in the sound, but don't take away the phrasing.
Yeah.
Do you remember what we did yesterday?
So, yes.
Ja prodal swoim marzenku.
Yeah.
Give me some vocal gesture, okay? Jak?
Jak można wierzyć, żeby ja prodal swoim marzenku? Jak można
It still
wierzyć?
sounds when you go back to yak. I mean, I think you're trying to be sensitive,
Yeah.
but don't take it off the voice. Yak,
Yeah.
not yak.
Yeah.
It's just a bit too timid.
Yeah.
I want it to be a bit more set physically,
Yeah.
like settled, like here is my natural. You know, like don't be scared if you're using your chest.
Yeah.
You know. That one. Jak można wierzyć?
Jak można wierzyć, żeby ja prodal swoim marzenku?
Yeah.
Now do it. Okay, do it again and stay on the G.
Yeah.
Just sit on the G and
Yeah.
let me hear where you're putting it.
Jak można wierzyć, żeby ja...
Yeah, it's close.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
You just sound like you're backing off it a little bit.
Yeah.
You find the position where it resonates in your mask
Yeah.
and commit to it and just stay there. It's all resonating in the same place
Yeah.
and never closing down.
Yeah.
Okay, one more time.
Jak można wierzyć, żeby ja...
That's it.
Yeah.
I'll buy it.
Yeah.
There were a couple of moments halfway through where you sort of
Yeah.
dropped it and then found it again.
Yeah.
But like, just find that position and keep
Yeah.
finding it and keep enjoying it.
Yeah.
And then have it in your head that you can go to it whenever you need it.
Yeah.
Okay? But let's go on for now. Okay, now, do you remember what we talked about
Yes.
with the vowels?
Absolutely.
With the diphthong. Draho is
Yeah,
the word,
yeah.
okay? So it's got to have two different vowels on it. So I want to hear oh marzenku.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, that one was.
The G was good. The G was
Yeah.
good, but then you sort of fudged the vowels.
Yeah.
Draho marzenku.
Yep.
Okay, now that was good. That was
Yeah.
good. Don't under-energize the E, and
Yeah.
give me a glottal on obtischne.
Obtischne,
Okay. Pronieźmi nic obtischne, and then neho.
Yeah.
Okay. See, that position on the G is really good. Because
Yeah.
it's a closed vowel.
Yeah.
You're doing which is great. Try and keep that placement when it's an open vowel.
Yeah.
When it's an R or an
Yeah.
R. Okay?
Mhm.
Do that one again. Good, go on. just give me a bit more pianissimo and then crescendo and then an accent. And look, he's given you dynamic marking and a hairpin and an accent and 3 marcato marks. So try and do all of that.
Yeah.
But the way you can do that is by starting it really closed and small and dolce.
Yes, absolutely.
So, but go towards C's,
Yeah.
and then do the portamento down. Okay? That's good. I mean, obviously, I can tell you're running out of breath that time, but don't worry about that.
Yeah.
But lean into the D sharp. Yeah? Bit more of a musical gesture.
Yeah.
One more time. The knee was great. What I would do is personal choice. What I would do is come out, it's open on the za.
Yeah.
Is what I would do. There's an accent on it. Yeah, keep spinning through it and then come down, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Make it one musical gesture.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't come off the bow, okay?
Yeah.
The L is collapsing your support.
Yeah.
And so what I hear is all on the string.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Yes, it is, yeah.
And it's because it's an F, and it's
Yeah.
hard, okay? So what I do, as a form of baritone, I'm closing that.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of tenors wouldn't do that,
Yeah.
but you have to find what works for your voice. What I would do is, so I'm singing a closed R vowel, almost like a baritone would, on an F.
Yeah.
That it's a matter of personal taste. There's plenty of tenors that would sing that wide open.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if you can see my face. I'm not quite.
I can see that you can't decide which.
Yeah.
That's the problem. But the problem is there's no wrong answer.
Yeah.
Except not to do it either. You know, just do one or the other and commit to it. I think as a lower set tenor, it's great to cover those, and it gives you a different colour as well.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of great tenors that, I mean, you listen to someone like Kaufman, and I mean, he's covering a lot lower than that on bars like that. But then there's plenty of others that would sing, but for me, it feels artificially pinched when I do that because my passaggio is a bit low for a tenor. Try one more time and just commit to a vowel on la, ska. That works for me.
Yeah.
And then I would come out on the way down, but again, it's a question of so I'm doing closed, open, open. But I mean, like I say, it's a personal choice.
Yeah.
Let's go on and do the end, because we're almost there. That you've got a very clear position.
Yeah.
And it sounds completely rock solid.
Yeah.
So just bring that position down to the F would be my advice.
Yeah.
I know that's easier said than done.
Because when I did it just now before these Gs, it was back in that shores.
Sure.
Yeah.
But this is great. It sounds like you can do that all day, which is great. And then I love the mouth position on the last or vowel, which allows you to diminuendo. Yeah. Which is slightly artificially closed, but that allows you to come off it, which is really nice. Okay. Just do that last phrase one more time, and then we have to stop.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm going to sing the first aria of Wolfram from the opera Tannhäuser by Wagner. Not Tannhäuser, actually everyone, and including Wolfram, they are in the competition of singing competition. And the Wolfram was asked to sing at the first participant. Yeah, so it is entrance.
Umher in diesem edlen Kreise, welch hoher Anblick macht mein Herz erglühen. So viel der Helden, tapfer, deutsch und weise, ein stolzer Eichenwald, herrlich frisch und grün. Und hold und tugendsam erblick ich Frauen, lieblicher Blüten, Düfte, reichster Kranz. Es wird der Blick wohl trunken mir vom Schauen. Mein Lied verstummt vor solcher Anmut Glanz. Ich auf zu einem nur der Sterne, die an dem Himmel, der mich blendet, steht. Es sammelt sich mein Geist aus jeder Ferne. Andächtig singt die Seele in Gebet. Und sie mir welch ein Wunderbrunnen, in dem mein Geist voll hohen Staunens blickt. Aus ihm erschöpfet gnadenreiche Wonnen, durch die mein Herz ernamenlos erquickt. Und nimmer dächt ich diesen Brunnen trüben, der nicht den Quell mit frevlem Mut. In Anbetung möcht ich mich opfernd üben, vergessen froh mein letztes Herzensblut. Ihr Edlen möcht in diesen Worten lesen, wie ich erkenn, der lebe reinstes Wesen.
Great. So yeah, always with these arias that you sometimes get with Wagner.
Yep.
It's basically one long recitative. So you've got to do all the work with the text, and because the melody isn't going to do very much for you. You've got to tell a story, and you've got to put all the colour in that you can, and really show off the sort of variation in the consonants that you can. So let's go back to the beginning and just
Yep.
get a little bit more of that, like we
Mhm.
did this morning.
Yep.
Blick ich umher in diesem edlen Kreise, welch hoher Anblick macht mein Herz erglühen.
Okay, it's great, but I think you can be a bit freer sometimes with the rhythm. Blick. So remember to speak, when you speak it to yourself, note where the short and long vowels are. Blick ich umher. So it mustn't be blick ich umher, because that doesn't make any sense. It's got to have rhythm, internal rhythm, irrespective of the rhythm of the music. Blick ich umher in diesem edlen Kreise. So I really want to hear the difference between the syllables that you're stressing and the syllables that you're not.
Okay.
And then again here. So and here he helps you a bit because you can sing longer on the long notes. Welch hoher Anblick. And I want a real glottal there. That was a good vowel, but it could be more closed.
Okay.
Welch hoher Anblick macht mein Herz erglühen.
Okay.
So just really show me. I know you know where the long vowels and the short vowels are because your German is good, but really exaggerate where
Yep.
they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that it never just sounds like because it like this music can't take that because it's not interesting enough.
Yeah.
Blick ich umher in diesem edlen Kreise,
Nice. Yeah.
welch hoher Anblick macht mein Herz erglühen. So viel der Helden.
Der Helden.
Okay.
Der Helden with a closed vowel.
So viel der Helden, tapfer,
Now those two are two equal still. Tapfer.
Okay.
Tapfer is a
tapfer,
well, that's it. Yeah.
deutsch und weise, ein stolzer Eichwald, herrlich frisch und grün.
Really good. I like the Roldar was very good in herrlich that time. But this
Comment on that.
yeah. But then I need to hear herrlich frisch.
Okay.
The consonants need to be a bit clearer there.
Okay.
That was great, and you did a glottal on Eichwald, which is great. Ein stolzer Eichwald, herrlich, frisch und grün.
Ja, okay.
Ein stolzer Eichwald, herrlich frisch und grün.
Nice.
Und hold und tugendsam erblick ich Frauen.
Okay, so there's another one. That's a really obvious one because he's thrown you a curveball by writing a long note on blick, which is a short syllable.
Yeah.
Erblick ich Frauen.
Yeah.
So just cheat massively. Like use half of that dotted crotchet for the k.
Okay. From the
Und hold und tugendsam would be good, yeah.
Und
Und
hold und tugendsam.
this is annoying because you did it the first time, but you didn't do it that time. I need a glottal on tut. Und hold und tugendsam.
Und hold und tugendsam
Yes, I understand that.
erblick ich
Still, the
Frauen.
vowel on blick is much too long.
Erblick ich Frauen.
Yes.
Lieblicher Blüten, Düfte, reichster Kranz.
Good.
Es wird der Blick wohl trunken mir vom Schauen. Mein Lied verstummt
Beautiful.
vor solcher Anmut Glanz.
That's great. Got some real colour in that now. That's lovely. Let's go on.
Da blick ich auf zu einem nur der Sterne, die an dem Himmel, der mich blendet, steht. Es sammelt sich mein Geist aus jeder Ferne.
Pretty good, but just to make a contrast, even shorter vowel on sich.
Okay.
Es sammelt sich mein Geist. Otherwise, it just gets a bit repetitive.
Okay.
Es sammelt sich mein Geist aus jeder Ferne.
Good.
Andächtig singt die Seele.
Do it again. Just do those consonant clusters again and really enjoy everyone. Andächtig singt die Seele. Would be lovely.
Okay.
We've got so much time.
Yeah.
Just really like enjoy the taste of the words.
Andächtig singt die Seele in Gebet. ein Wunderbrunnen, in dem mein Geist voll hohen Staunens blickt. Aus ihm erschöpfet gnadenreiche Wonne.
That was great. I love the Emyr schöpfet was great. But then enjoy this this descending chromatic phrase again. Gnadenreiche Wonne.
I gave too much.
Yeah, just give us a bit more. Those appoggiaturas, like lean into them a bit more. Aus ihm erschöpfet. That's the one. Yeah.
Aus ihm erschöpfet gnadenreiche Wonne, durch die mein Herz ernamenlos erquickt.
Really good. Keep going.
Und nimmer möcht ich diesen Brunnen trüben.
Okay, you sound great on the E flat now. That was really secure. The position was really good there. But with a baritone voice like yours, take the free gift he's offered you there and open up on nimmer.
Okay.
At the moment it sounds like nimmer.
Okay.
I want to hear nimmer. Like expand out of the phrase, okay?
Und nimmer möcht ich diesen Brunnen trüben, berühren nicht die Welt.
The same there. Don't close ren. Rühren nicht. Open, closed, open.
Okay.
Berühren nicht den Quell mit frevelem Mut. In Anbetung möcht ich mich opfert üben.
Okay, vocally that was great, but you've just let this one creep back in again that you did this morning. You went, you sang Anbetung möcht ich. Anbetung möcht ich.
Yeah.
In Anbetung möcht ich mich opfert üben, vergessen froh mein letztes Herzensblut. Ihr Edlen möcht in diesen Worten lesen, wie ich erkenn, der Liebe.
Dear.
Yeah, so close. Just that one. Der Liebe. Wie ich erkenne. The glottals on e and the vowels on ich erkenn were great.
Okay. Wie ich erkenne.
Wie ich erkenn, der Liebe reinstes Wesen.
Great. Yeah. Much better. Yeah, well done.
Thanks.
So I'm going to be singing a song to the moon from Rusalka by Dvorak. This is Rusalka's first song, and in this aria she is asking the moon to tell the prince that she loves him and is wishing that she can become human so she can embrace him.
Again, I'm not gonna like nitpick about the check because like I feel silly doing that. And it's not a role that I sing, amazingly. Okay, so let's just go back and try and get a bit more. The problem with this aria is that you literally sing the same music twice and it takes like 5 minutes. So you've got to keep it alive and keep your eye in your head on the big picture. Keep going over the course of the whole verse. Yeah. Otherwise it can get very like this phrase and then this phrase and like you don't want it to be boring. No. And of course when you stage it, it doesn't feel like that. But like when you present it in a concert or an audition, it's easy for it to get like a bit soporific, you know? So just keep it quite, I would keep it quite fresh and light at the beginning. Don't get too heavy too early, okay?
No, I feel like this is a problem I have with a lot of rules that
get sad. So the first thing with this aria, like it's a classic problem with this aria, particularly when you do it out of context, is Basically, it's too slow, I think.
Uh-huh.
Like, I think everyone does this too slowly, pretty much. So there are places where you can indulge, of course, particularly when you get to the da, 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 da. But in these bits, I would really just get on with it. Get on with it. It's like speech. It's not an aria.
No.
Like, it's not a grand bit of opera.
Yeah.
She's just looking up at the moon and telling her what she wishes from it. So let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Let's just go from da 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 da. Better already, keep going. A shape and a dynamic to a phrase when you're doing it at that tempo, because then it's not da 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 da. It needs to be. And in fact, that's not even a whole phrase. You need to keep the thought alive through the bar's rest and into the next one as well. So don't make us. Don't let us know with the way you sing it that you're singing a long phrase that isn't finished yet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just join the dots when in these one bar rests. Don't let it be like I am now having a rest and now I will sing another phrase.
Yeah.
Okay? But the tempo is much better.
Yeah.
Let's do the second one. Posvietje blaudisch. Keep it alive. And again. So then the fermata and the little rip that you're doing at the end means so much more because you haven't hung around for the previous 3 lines. Okay, it's much better, it gives you much more shape. Okay, now let's do the big bit. Just make it dance a little bit more when you've got these decorations. I mean, if I were being super picky, I would like a bit more of an ooh vowel up there, but I know that's weird for a soprano. Miesiczko postój is what it really is, postój, not stój. But I mean, that's very fussy. And then chwili, not chwili. It's a decoration. Dance, let it dance, let it be like a waltz, Miesiczku. Of course, is you get the difference between this figuration and this one, po ho ho stui,
Yeah,
which
I
is
was worried
different.
it was a bit too pedantic.
So these are fast and these are slower. But that was great. And the same here. And really lean into that. You can sort of do a sort of straight tone thing is great. If like was, but you sort of did that already. But really lean into those rhythms where it's, remember where it's two straight crotchets and where it's dotted, which is great. Just do that last bit again. That's lovely. Let's cut a little bit and go on. Okay, now you're trying to hold it back again. Like, just get on with it.
Yeah, this one should probably be one more.
Just even more than before.
Yeah.
Yeah, really don't be afraid to get on with it. Like it mustn't get, this is romantic, lugubrious music. Like that's not what this is. It is at the end, and it is in that bit that we just did, but in these verses it should be much more, much more conversational. That's exactly what I meant. So you can do do, do, le, go, but then za, and it just gives you much more lilt and light and shade. It's really beautiful when you do that. So let's do that again. Za sviet mu. Shape now. Let's just do the very end. And really let me hear some kind of darkness in there. Oh. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it when it's like that. So magical and dark and still, and then bit more urgency. So this should be really intense and a bit scary.
Yeah.
And then you can
that's
really grow through here. It's kind of nice if it's shocking at the end. Like, she's wild. She's like completely crazy, and she's not a human being after all.
Yeah.
Like, and it should be shocking, and it must never be safe and beautiful, this aria. Okay, but it's really great. Well done.